Hello everyone, Parse7 here, back in with more Bloons TD Battles 2, and as you can tell by the title and thumbnail, we're going to be seeing how good Icicle-Impale is late game. Now Icicle-Impale is probably one of the most underrated towers, or tier 5s, and probably one of the strongest tier 5s in the game right now. I'm sure you probably have already seen it because other people have unlocked Icicle-Impale by now, so yeah. I had Icicle-Impale unlocked for a little while, I just never got around to using it. Simply because the strat I used for Ice Monkey back in Season 1 of Bloons TD Battles 2 was NG, Ice, and Wizard. That was an okay strat that got me to Moab Pit. I definitely would not recommend that strategy now, especially with Dartling meta kind of competing and taking over as late game is kind of sketch. Wizard isn't really, I guess, the best late game tower. It was mainly just there for support and Summon Phoenix, which Summon Phoenix actually isn't too bad. But anyways, as you can see, the new strat I'm trying here is Ice Tack Village. Why am I doing this strategy? Well, simply because I want to try out a attack shooter strat. And so I was thinking to myself, well, what would be the best, just attack shooter strat? Of course, I could have done the old meta, which was, I believe, was Tack, Alchemist, and Village. But then I was thinking, Super Brittle plus Tack Zone is an absolutely insane combo. So I figured, why not try that? So that's how I came up with Ice Tack Village. I'm sure probably lots of other people have tried this strategy, or not tried the strategy out, have probably already thought of this because in BTD6, Tack Zone and Super Brittle is just insane and shreds absolutely everything. So I assume it's going to do the same in Battles 2. The only problem is I actually have to unlock Super Brittle and Tack Zone. I'm actually very close to Super Brittle. I would just actually finish playing. This footage you're seeing I actually recorded today, or I guess the day I'm recording this. This video will come out a few days after I finish recording it. But anyways, I actually really like Tack Shooter. It's I kind of actually dislike Tack Shooter simply because with 1.02 and the extra pierce that bottom path had, which made it too strong and was able to hold off like regen ceramics, rainbows way too easily with just like a boost, and like not even just like a boost, just like one overdrive could easily shut those rushes down. So I just kind of dislike it, but actually after playing it a bit, I've actually come to grow and like Tack Shooter. I do think it's in a very good place right now, especially with early game overdrive is absolutely insane when it comes to shutting down just like Moab class balloons. Now I do plan on doing like a late game video with just the Super Riddle and Tack Zone combo. I just have to unlock those first. Grinding in Battles 2 is a bit tedious right now. I would wait till 1.07 comes out. As NK has said that they are working on the Universal XP for the next update after 1.06. When that if it ever comes out. But I don't really want to wait that long until an actual update, because I do actually enjoy this game. Of course, it can get a bit annoying with lag, desync. You'll see a match here where I actually disconnected from my opponent. And lag late game is absolutely terrible, but it is still pretty fun to play. But just like grinding XP is just it's I'm not like the first person to complain about it, and I definitely won't be the last, but I really do think it needs to be increased like even more. Like I do feel like you should be earning around maybe like 1500 to 2000 XP per match if you like actually go to like maybe I don't know, like round 15 or round 13, or just like a semi decent round. But I don't think that'll ever happen, and I don't really want to buy VIP right now. Maybe I'll do that when Universal XP becomes a thing, but as of right now, it's just a no. So I have played around with this strat before, or I guess just today. So I do know a little about what to do. Leads is still a bit sketchy, as I do have hot shot. Maybe when the cold snap, when ice gets buffed with cold snap, maybe it'll be a bit better against leads, because cold snap can hit camo and lead, which is absolutely insane. So my strategy that I go for is, I start with a blade shooter into a tack sprayer for round 5 whites, as a blade shooter can't handle round 5 whites on its own. I believe it can on this map, but other shorter maps like Koru, it definitely can't handle it. And of course hot shots is for leads. I do get 320, but I feel like in this case 302 would be better. I really only go like 3-2-0 because, you know, in front of ring you want to go 5-2-0 in front of ring, but of course I don't even have front of ring unlocked yet, and I don't even have like Ring of Fire unlocked. That'll be the last tower I unlock. So anyways, Ice Monkey. I do believe that, you know, Ice Monkey is an incredibly balanced tower. There's very few of those in battles too at the moment. But, you know, I think Druid and Ice are probably one of the most balanced towers in the game currently. With, you know, like Impale, you know, it's fairly balanced in my opinion. It absolutely shuts down most like DDTs or ZOMGs actually and below. Although for ZOMGs, Icicle-Impale will need a bit of support because Ice-Impale cannot handle the insides of the ZOMG, I don't believe. I haven't actually tested that, but I don't think it can. Saying, you know, Super Brittle, of course, is fairly strong when combined with, you know, a fast attacking low damage tower like, of course, Tack Zone. So I think NK should maybe take notes when looking at, you know, Druid and Ice and seeing that, you know, the Druid and Ice are probably some of the most balanced towers we have currently. Every other tower is either too weak or it's too strong. The example of too weak would probably be Heli at the moment. The only really good thing about Heli is maybe, you know, Chinook farming, but, you know, like there's other alternatives to that, which being, you know, sniper farming and whatnot. So again, Apache Prime is actually a lot of people in the community say that Apache Dart Chip and Apache Prime is terrible. The only other good thing would probably be Comanche and Moab Shove, but, you know, why not just get Moab Press? So yeah, it's kind of why even bother. So I wrote this guy with fortified Moabs because, you know, fortified Moabs are really the only thing that can actually beat Turtling at the moment. So this guy actually starts rushing me with just like straight up purple. So I ended up getting a cryo cannon in the back just to help, I guess just freeze the clump, and then eventually go into icicles. If you haven't seen, icicles is very good at shutting down just any balloon rush in general. If you haven't, or not any balloon rush, because, you know, of course zebras is also a thing. And so anyways, Peach Panda sends out a Moab as well as more purples. Of course, you know, he also sends out some leads, which of course, you know, icicles can take care of. And I do kind of like that he's being a bit aggressive. I think that's something that a lot of players just kind of aren't doing in battles too, which is a bit of a shame. I do like aggressive players, as, you know, it does give me something to do and not just like straight up ecoing. And as you can see, I was actually trying to save up for Monkey Town before, you know, he started rushing me. So yeah, that did put a bit of a fork in my plans, but I do end up getting Monkey Town. So I end up getting a 2-3-0 village, as I feel like it's cheaper than getting like a 2-2-0 village and then just like getting another separate village for Monkey Town. I do feel like it'd be a lot cheaper and I can get Monkey Town up faster if I do it that way. I've actually gotten Monkey Town on like round 16, which probably isn't anything too impressive, but, you know, it can be done. So I guess maybe the only bad thing about this strategy is, you know, hyper late game. I'm not really sure how this would do on like, I don't know, like round 50s plus. Maybe, you know, Tack Zone and Frontal Ring are a lot better than I think, but, you know, they can only do so much, and the Super Brittle and Tack Zone combo, of course, isn't invincible. And in 1.06, NK has said that they are trying to, they are going to increase free play ramping even more, so, which is, a bit concerning for me, as, you know, that means that requires tier 5s, and, you know, grinding for tier 5s takes forever. So anyways, it's round 24, so by now I'm saving up for Icicle-Impale, because I need that by round 26, or I don't really need it right by round 26. I could just get a MIB and then spam overdrives all around the map, but I do feel like, you know, I kind of want to use Icicle-Impale, use some of the tier 5s that I actually do have. Although it is a bit of a shame that I actually have to stop eco-wing in order to actually afford Impale by round 26. I mean, I don't really necessarily need it. Like I said, I could get a MIB and spam overdrives, but I feel like getting Impale would be more fun. Especially since, you know, just to see how other players react to me actually having an Impale, or just like any other good tier 5. So anyways, how strong is Icicle-Impale late game? Well, I'll just tell you, it is fairly strong. If you haven't seen just like any videos or of it in general, it's absolutely an insane tier 5. You know, it makes me appreciate Icicle-Impale even more. I never used Icicle-Impale in BTD6, not because, you know, it's like bad or anything, but simply just because you know, when doing like Chimps mode or something, Icicle-Impale, you know, is very good against rounds like 99 or 95, but Icicle-Impale absolutely, like, you know, just sucks against like 98. And, you know, 98 is kind of a and 98's kind of a round that I personally do struggle with a bit. And of course, you know, a lot of people in the community do, but yeah, so that's why I don't really go Icicle-Impale. Of course, Chimps isn't really the only game mode, but if I'm like doing something else, it's usually like some sort of self-imposed challenge, like, you know, beating a certain map with only helis or snipers or whatever. So this guy sends me a single DDT. You couldn't see Icicle-Impale there, but it was actually just swallowed up by by Oben's, I guess not really trees, but yes, just Oben's Krakens. So again, there's that. But as you can see, you know, Icicle-Impale is absolutely just like slowing down the natural mobs that spawn, so that way, you know, Overdrive can actually just break it down. Although I probably could actually sell Overdrive and just straight up just have Impale defend. As you know, if you don't know, the tier 5 ices can pop white balloons. I'm not really sure if that was translated over from BTD 6, but I'm assuming it was, seeing as, you know, and when BTD Battles 2 first came out, Tack Zone still had its lead popping that it lost like forever ago. So shout out to anyone that remembers that. Well, I guess it wasn't really too long ago. That's probably what, like 6 months ago. So really, this is like really one of the few times I've actually gone, you know, to hyper late game. I usually try to end my matches before then, as, you know, of course, the strategies I'm using, like, you know, DFA, of course, does rely on tier 5s for late game, which is a bit of annoying. I did get like one match in with Plasma Monkey Fan Club, and I mean, it's alright. It actually does delete stuff, but you know, when the ability is on cooldown, you know, it's terrible, just like it is in regular battles. So at this point, I'm just kind of just getting defense all over the map, as I'm not really sure if he's going to go in on round 30 to send it bad. He probably should have, just like looking back at the footage, as my bad defense right now is terrible. And I'm not even sure if I could even get up, you know, adequate bad defense, you know, before it actually exited. Now, I wasn't really going to rush him because, you know, he has Super Monkey, and of course he's going to just spam Dark Knights, so it'd be a really easy defense for him. So again, I figured, you know, it wasn't really worth rushing him. So anyways, it's round 30, and you know, like, mob class balloons just all look the same to me. You know, BFBs, ZOMGs, Moabs, you know, they're just all going down just from Icicle-Impale. So I go to 205 Icicle-Impale. I do believe that 205 is the better cross path. 025 may have some uses, but I feel like permafrost and just like being able to slow down the balloons afterwards. So, you know, if Icicle-Impale doesn't solo the Moab class balloons, you know, the balloons insides are now like a bit slower thanks to permafrost, which is why I think 205 is better, especially after, you know, the occult snap buffs, you know, that just basically just confirms, or not confirms, but makes it just even better, because, you know, you don't need a MIB or anything, as, you know, you already have your camo lead popping power. So since, you know, Peach Panda was still just straight up pink ecoing, I got back my Monkey Town, so at this point I'm just like trying to get my defense, you know, just all over the map, which is just 204 overdrives. I don't have Ring of Fire unlocked, and you know, Ring of Fire isn't really, I guess, just good at Moab class balloon damage. I think that 302 Tack has more Moab class damage than, you know, Ring of Fire. I'm not really sure if that translates over in battles too, but I do remember hearing that, you know, Hot Shots has better like Moab damage than, you know, just Ring of Fire does, which is a bit of a shame. So this guy is now spamming just presses just all over the map, which is cool, I guess, you know, just for DDTs in general. Although, you know, his bad defense right now is kind of, I think it's just it's not terrible, but he only has 2 Dark Knights, and you know, I'm not really sure if 2 Dark Knights can like actually beat a bad on its own. I actually didn't rush him and didn't really want to test it out, because, you know, I did want to just drag this match out a bit to see just how good Icicle-Impale was, when, you know, Icicle-Impale is pretty strong. So skipping over to round 39, as you can see, this guy actually has a MAD, which is absolutely insane. You know, when I saw that, I was just like, oh dang, I lost. But then I realized that, oh yeah, sudden death. So this guy ends up losing from lives. He didn't even end up rushing me at all. I just wanted to show this just to show you like the ZOMG that just absolutely goes down on, I believe it's what, like round 40. Icicle-Impale is end up hard carrying that. I'm not really even sure if this defense would even be possible without Impale. That ZOMG is just so fast, and it's not taking, you know, just like much damage at all. So I guess there's that. And I will comment on Mad. I do think it is a bit disappointing looking at it. Not really. It doesn't really feel like it's shredding, you know, just like mob class balloons like it does in BTD6. But I guess they changed that so that way it's not like too overpowered. But I think Mad is getting buffed to 1.06, which is nice. So in this next match here, I wasn't really sure, you know, what exactly to do here. As again, my opponent was sniper farming, and you know, he has sniper and tack, which again is a pretty good combo in my opinion. Because you know, you can actually easily defend like the ZOMGs and DETs below. Bads actually might be a bit of a struggle, but you know, cripple mob and tack zone could easily handle that. So anyways, I wasn't like 100% sure, you know, like what to actually like do here. As again, I didn't want to let, you know, the sniper farming, you know, just like snowball out of control. Although like I did I think a decent job at that, as you know, it's round 24 and he only has, you know, 6 supply drops, which is actually good on my part, as you know, YouTubers and other people usually get a lot more supply drops by this point. So I feel like I did a good, like, decent job, you know, pressuring him into not getting too many supply drops. So I wasn't like 100% sure, like, you know, like what to do here, because you know, he would definitely have a lot more money late game than I would. And you know, late game for me, I don't really have much of a late game. It's really just, you know, spam overdrives under a mib and just pray and hope that that defends the map. So I sent a ZOMG at him. You know, I know that's not gonna kill him, but I just want, you know, just have him, you know, waste money and like spend more money on, I guess, getting up defense and not actually, you know, farming. So he ends up getting a Sabo, and so, which again is good on me because he's gonna have to sell that and get something else. And he gets a Mame Moab. Now, you know, that was actually, I feel like I did pretty good. He ended up getting Sabo, Overdrive, and a Mame Moab. So, you know, he did waste a bit of money because, you know, he was spending that on defense instead of sniper farming. So again, you know, I was gonna like continue pressure him, but again, you know, since he has Mame Moab, you know, I assume that, you know, he could easily defend that, since Mame Moab like basically permastalls ZOMGs, or it's like a very, very near permastall. So I ended up getting my Icicle-Impale on strong here, which will end up being my downfall in this match, which is actually kind of hilarious, you know, thinking about it. So anyways, since it's round 25, you know, I'm saving up for Icicle-Impale. I even sold Monkey Town for it. I was ended up gonna get it right back because I didn't really want to wait for another eco boost, because again, I just wanted to Impale, you know, just up as soon as possible for next round, or this round actually. He ended up getting a Sabo just in case I was gonna rush with DETs. I decided again not to, since he knows he has Mame Moab, so he was easily gonna be able to defend the DETs, especially, you know, with sniper and tack and ninja. Although I guess maybe not, as you have to spend a lot more, as his tack shooters can't see lead. Or not can't see lead, they can't see camo, and they also can't detect lead unless he's gonna go top path, which he doesn't end up doing. So I'm guessing, you know, with this strat, Tack is just a supporting tower, so he has Tack, Sniper, Ninja, I guess. Probably be okay. I don't think he would actually counter, you know, but Darling Ninja Sniper, which is the current meta right now. As you know, due to laser shock bug, Darling can easily solo just up to round 18, and by that point, you know, you have so much money from just saving up that you can just go for sniper farming. So what do I do in this situation? Well, there's nothing I really can do except just gain as much money as possible to beat all the rushes he sends at me. Since we are equal lives, you know, I don't really mind ending the match in a draw, even though, you know, no one wins in that case. You know, I just really want the XP at this point, as I just really want to just unlock Tack Zone as soon as possible. At the rate I'm going, it does seem like I will be able to unlock Tack Zone and Super Battle around the same time. Hopefully that's the case, as I would like to see how good that is late game. Might, like, that alone might even be able to, like, absolutely just shred DDTs, so maybe, you know, in the next late game video it'll probably be about Super Riddle plus Tack Zone. Again, like I said before, I have tried out Super Monkey Fan Club. I only was able to use that in one match, so I'll have to play DFA just a bit more in order to get more footage of that. I changed my strategy simply because I was getting bored of DFA right now, and you know, 14 tier 5s is incredibly difficult at that point. That's a bit annoying. So he ends up sending me a ZMG, which I again wasn't really too worried about, since, you know, I have Overdrive and Icicles. So I just get a few Overdrives and just have Impale just deal with the rest. Now I guess here he saw that, you know, Impale was only targeting the ZOMG, Now I did actually try to switch my Impale to first, but I ended up missing, and I just actually assumed that I changed it to first. So again, that was just kind of my fault for not even noticing. I ended up getting a male in the front, just in case, you know, these ceramics were overwhelm me. Thankfully, Impale and Icicles again is so strong that wasn't needed. So again, now it's just eco and spam overdrives and hope and pray that, you know, I can actually survive his all-out rush, which is definitely going to be coming. So anyways, again, due to ramping and speed, the mobs and are obviously just like so much faster. It's actually like insane how fast they are. Usually in free play, and or I guess just in PT6 in general, I don't really go free play too often. When I do, I don't really ever notice the health, or I do notice health, but I never really notice like the speed increase too much. Just simply because of all the lag, just makes the game look incredibly slow. So at this point, it's just I'm pretty much trying to fit as many overdrives as I can on the map. I'm not even worried like getting them under a mib or anything, as I just have Icicle-Impale for of course for all the insides, or I guess just not for insides, the DTs. Anyways, I was about to get a mid, but he's actually sent me bad here in a few seconds. So I guess I'll just do the ending credits soon. So anyways, if you enjoy the video, you know, like, subscribe, comment. You know, these like game videos seem to be the most popular videos on my channel, so we'll be doing more of that. So anyways, also congrats to Human for being the first person to actually join the Discord server. So again, if you want to join Discord servers, link is down in the description. So anyways, I spam overdrives to easily defend this bad and ended up boosting. I feel like it was a greatly timed boost, and the bad was actually about to pop, but then he ends up sending DTs, and of course I end up forgetting that my Impale's on strong and not first. So I ended up dying to one DT because I forgot to actually set my Impale to first, not strong.